I will now ask John Sweeting to come up to give the NRO Number Council report. Within ICANN, the NRO is called the ASO. Within ICANN, the NRO Number Council is called the ASOAC, just the terminology they use in ICANN. But this is John Sweeting, and he's going to give the Number Council report, which handles two particular functions within the ICANN community.
All right. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm glad John explained all that because I think it's been like a year now, and I still don't really understand all that NRO versus ASO, Number Council versus Address Council and all that. But with all that, I'm going to be the one giving the report for the ASO Address Council. Okay, so here's a quick slide on who we are, what we do, how we're organized. There is one mistake on this slide. The last test to see whether we can figure out what it is. Yeah, here's the test. Where is it? Louis, where's the mistake on this slide? It's the term of office. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time. Term of office, that is actually the AP NIC, ASOAC members' term of office, because they were the last ones that used this slide deck, and I failed to catch that. So here in ARIN, it's 3 years for the elected members, and it's 3 years also for the appointed member. What we do, we advise the ICANN board, select ICANN board members, and select ICANN non-com members. And we meet every month, very early for Louis on the West Coast. I think he's either 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock each month. And then there's some months where one of the regions failed to show up, so we have to have an emergency meeting like the next week to get all. We don't have quorum unless we have at least one member from each one of the regions. So moving right along, here's the current members of the ASO Address Council. The ones important to you are ARIN. It's Jason Schiller. By the way, happy birthday, Jason Schiller. You must be all of 28, 29 now. So some of the ASOAC activities, the meetings, like I said, we have a scheduled meeting the first Wednesday of every month. And then the emergency meetings we have, whenever there's a reason to have one. When there's an emergency. Exactly. Thank you, Vin. And since the last ARIN meeting, we've had 6 teleconferences and 1 emergency meeting. As I said, it was because one of the regions couldn't get in. It was difficulty with the communication system. Okay, so some of the appointments that the ASO Address Council make, Harmut is on the ICANN NOMCOM. We have 2 people that are on the ICANN CCWG accountability. The CCWG Internet Governance, Dr. AJ Kumar and Felice, Dr. Kumar is also on the drafting team for the generic top-level domain auctions proceeds. Fiona's on the Academy Working Group, and Felice and Ricardo are co-chairs, along with Louis Lee, of the Address Council. So one of the main things that the Address Council does is, of course, the global policy management. A global policy is when policy has gone through all 5 of the RIR policy procedures process, and they're all in agreement, and it's also followed the ICANN policy development process, and it has to do with an external, either IANA or another external ICANN-related body to implement. A couple of examples are global policies determine number allocation policy for requests that involve IANA, and also specify regional number allocation policy. And here's a little flow chart. Each region has its own. It has to go through each region process. It's open, transparent, bottom up, submitted all 5 regions, and they all agree, and it gets forwarded by the NRO does their review and forwards it on to ICANN. Okay, currently there are no global policy proposals going through the process. All right, another very important task for the Address Council is assigning board members, the ICANN board members, to seat 9 and seat 10. Last year, Ron De Silva was, I don't know, Ron, are you in? Oh yeah, there you are. He was assigned last year, so he's on a 3-year term that started in October, right after the October meeting, the ICANN meeting. This year, we're currently going through the process to select seat 10. We had 5 candidates originally. One withdrew from consideration prior to the face-to-face interviews we conducted in Morocco at the ICANN meeting. I'll go on to the next slide because that kind of shows where we are in this process. So the comment slide, the comment phase of it, where you can go in and put comments endorsing whichever candidate you feel you would like to endorse. That was from 8 January to last week, last Thursday. So that has now closed. The interview phase has been completed, and we're now into the selection process, which we started talking about last week, and it runs through 29 April. The due diligence review will be held from 30 April to 13 June, and then there should be an announcement somewhere around June. Now, during that due diligence, that's when the Address Council will vote, make our vote known, forward it to the, I believe, the ICANN board for their acceptance, and they do some more due diligence and make sure everything's kosher before it gets announced. If you're interested in other activities of the ASO Address Council, you can go and look at it, this URL here. And that would be it. Any questions? Oh no, Louis.
Louis?
Hi, Louis Lee, Chair of the ASO Address Council. I just want to invite the community to comment on our board's candidates. And if you don't want to do so publicly, we are here to also accept private comments. But obviously, the public comments will get your input in firsthand to all the members rather than having it relayed secondhand.
Excellent.
Okay,
Thank you,
Louis.
Thank you, John.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.